Welcome in, everybody. It's another beautiful day in the crypto bull market. If you have a macro view, if you're looking on the micro in the short term, you might be feeling a bit bearish, but the setup for the macro bull run, the continuation of this macro bull run is lining up beautifully, guys. I got a lot of big news for you guys from the SEC. We're going to talk a bit about a major bank in Germany launching crypto services. We got some big Hbar Etf news. So come on in, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the heart button wherever you're watching and listening. We're streaming on multiple platforms. Good to see everybody. Come on in. We're going to talk a bit about the charts, of course. Let's see who we got here. DC Life, welcome in. Martin Hansen. I'll explain the Ripple case and what's happening. Michael M., thank you for being a channel member. Good day. Good to have you. Adam Cobb, good to see you. MD Fahim, if I'm saying that right, welcome in. E-Tron, welcome in. D. Pity, how's it going? John Vaught, welcome in. SP, Papa Kev, TRVKLW, welcome in. RK says Sol is dead. It's not dead. Just, you know, we have this major shakeout happening right now, and some of these altcoins are bleeding out, of course. Eddie Lance, good morning. SP, good morning. Logan, thank you, man. I appreciate the support. He says I've been listening to you for years. Thank you so much. Hopefully I've been of value. I've added value and helped you make some money and position yourself. Curtis Bennett, welcome in. And Jana, welcome in. C2 Javu, welcome in. Great to have everybody. Guys, on the way in, smash the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. If you're watching and listening on other platforms, hit the thumbs up button, heart button, whatever is there on those platforms. Jacob K, thank you for being a channel member. Says, I bought the Sol dip. Let's go. Jacob, that's how you play the game, right? Obviously not financial advice, but you buy when assets are bleeding out, blood on the streets, and there's fear, right? As Warren Buffett said, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy. It's a hard thing to do to get to that point, right? To buy that blood on the street when everybody's like, it's over, it's dead, it's not coming back, that's it. You see, you guys don't know what you're talking about. But that's, you know, usually people moving by emotions. But if we're moving by the data and the charts, we see the bull market still on. Jose Rahman, Scotch Plains, New Jersey in the house. Jose, you're not far from me. I'm in New Jersey now. I used to be in New York, so great to have you. And then you got Greg, let's see, Tarzan, Jedi of the Jungle. Greg Kidd interview was great and interesting. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, guys, let's give another minute for people to come in, and then we'll get started. We'll talk a bit about the news and everything that's going on. Good to see everybody. Once again, another bullish day in the crypto market. We're going to talk about why it's bullish, not because our feelings, our emotions, or we woke up on the good side of the bed today, or the sun is shining today, but based on the data and the charts. John Vaught says Long Branch, New Jersey. Wow, John, it's funny. I'll probably run into you guys in New Jersey, especially Jose, who says he's in Scotch Plains. He's not far from Manny Bang says pain. Yes, but pain and fear in a bull market is an extremely bullish thing. If you understand how the market cycles work and sentiment work, in a bear market, obviously it is not bullish, right? Bear market, we are in a downtrend. Things are headed lower. In a bull market where Bitcoin, for the most part, is just consolidating, moving sideways, it's a very bullish thing. Logan says there's so much FUD going on right now. Yeah, and that's to shake you out. Honestly, it's to shake you out. So you look at the crypto market cap, it's bloody right now. There's a lot of red. Bitcoin back below $95,000. ETH has been taking a beating, especially with the Bybit hack. It is currently just above $2,600. XRP down a bit as well, right? At $2.43. BNB at $6.35. Solana taking a beating as well at $152. Dogecoin down as well. Everything's down, right? But where are we, guys, in the cycle? is this it? Is this the top? Is this the end, as some people are saying? Is the bull market over? Is it dead? Tariffs, macro fears are killing the market. No, guys. When in doubt, zoom out. If you are looking at the hourly, the minute chart, and so forth, the daily, you're going to get discouraged. But from the macro, there is no invalidation of this bull market based on the data. Bitcoin is just moving sideways. Look at that chop, just sideways, fake out upwards, fake out downwards. Both bulls and bears are not in control here, right? Bears want the price to keep going down so that they can fulfill their shorts, but Bitcoin keeps chopping sideways. So no one is making money here at this point. Everybody's in a holding pattern. But that's okay. These things happen in a bull market. And after a strong run up in Q4 of 2024, this is a healthy consolidation. Now, is it a bit more extended than I thought it would be? Yes. And that is because we've had, some macro uncertainty with the tariffs, with the currency wars, with the DXY, the US dollar and what Trump is doing, and the Fed and interest rates. But all of that is just noise. The markets are still holding the key support levels. So Bitcoin still comfortably above the 200-day and 200-week moving average. When it goes below, like we saw in 2022 and even 2018, right? That is when you got to worry. When you see these big downtrends and it goes below the moving averages, it's time to sound the alarms, right? Time to abandon ship. But there is nothing like that happening right now. It is just simply boring and faking you out both ways, and people are getting upset. And of course, altcoins are going to bleed out, because what have I been telling you guys ad nauseum for years upon years, and people still don't want to listen to me? The market moves with Bitcoin, the liquidity comes through Bitcoin, flows down to the alts, and then the alts outperform Bitcoin, right? We've seen that. And then the alts, the profits then rotate back to Bitcoin. Now, this happens until the blow off top. Then, pretty much everybody leaves the market with as much liquidity as possible. But until we hit the blow off top, this cycle keeps repeating. It's rinse and repeat. It's what the market makers are doing. And people get caught up in all kinds of narratives about this and that and tribalism. But if you simply follow the data and what the market makers are doing and the whales, you will understand. So this is why I'm not scared. I'm not panicked. Oh no, this thing is over. I just see the same thing playing out like I've seen historically. This is my third bull market cycle. I got it in 2016. 2017, I didn't know much. I was very green, but then my journey of educating myself and learning more about the markets happened in the bear markets of 2018, 2019. And in 2020, I was more prepared, still didn't have the full level of knowledge that I have now, but I made money in 2020 and 2021. And then in the next bear market cycle of 2022, I started doing more research and educating myself. And now I know a lot more, guys. I know how to navigate the markets as best as possible. I'm not perfect. I can't guarantee anything. Just like anybody else, I don't have a crystal ball, but I at least use the data and the information on the charts to help me form a thesis as to where are we and where are we going. So some other bullish signals, guys, is that the DXY continues to break down. That is very good for risk assets like the stock market and crypto. We continue to see that certain altcoins, like for example, XRP, is should be finding the bottom soon. Here, Blockchain Backer, who's a great analyst, said the XRP price is starting to reach levels that are reasonable to start looking for bottoming price action. Whether this level holds or one more dip, it seems like this range action is getting close to being over. So it's what I've been telling you guys. February, as we wrap up February into March, we're going to start to see the market rebound. That doesn't mean we're going to pump, Bitcoin's going to pump to 120K in a matter of a couple of weeks. No, it's going to be a V-shaped recovery. We're going to start moving out. And over March and April and a bit into May, we're going to start to see new highs. But we got to be patient. We saw what happened in Q4. The market can move really fast, right? People were still crying back in October. Why isn't this thing moving? September, why isn't it moving? Oh man, this sucks. And then what happened? Latter half of October, we started slowly moving up, and then November, rip, right, for Bitcoin. And then you guys saw what happened with XRP and other coins. In a matter of weeks and even a month, this thing could go crazy. So this is why we're still on track. and that the market can move very fast and catch up to the prices that many of you are hoping for. Now, the other bullish factor is global M2. The global liquidity continues to rise. Historically, you've seen the correlation that is very good for the stock market and crypto. All of the asset prices, real estate, precious metals, and so forth, are all correlated to global liquidity. Now, what we saw in 2024 is that gold was a leading indicator for both the stock market and crypto. Gold has been setting new highs. That is a very good sign, guys, because as I've been saying for the past 2 years, we are in a macro bull market for all assets, real estate, precious metals, crypto, stocks, because it's all correlated to global liquidity. And people throw all types of narratives and everything, but when you show the charts and the alignment with global liquidity, it shows you what is happening, right? Forget about your feelings and emotions and narratives. We have to pay attention to what's happening with the data and the charts. And guys, the setup here is beautiful. This is the data. I didn't make this up. I'm not, this is actual market economic data. And from a timeline standpoint, as far as timing of the market and the 4-year cycles, Bitcoin just completed the phase 1 pump, and it's seeing a correction. It still has phase 2 and then the ultimate blow off top. So, if we're following that 4-year cycle, if you want to call it that, phase 2 could come in March and April, strong rally, right? And many people are going to forget about what happened in January and February. It's funny that many investors are very fickle, right? They move with the sentiment, but when you look at the data, hey, the next pump is coming after April. A big correction is going to happen, just like we're feeling right now, and there's going to be more pain and fear, and then rinse and repeat. Oh no, this thing is over. I told you guys, this thing sucks. My coin hasn't, right? It'll start again. Go watch or log this on your calendar or in a notepad. The behavior is so funny. The sentiment is so funny. It's human psychology playing out here. And then we could see, in going into the latter half of the year, into Q3, Q4, that blow up top. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen, but based on the data, it seems like that's what's going to happen. So let's be prepared. And I like to look at what the whales are doing. So we see Bitcoin whales who have wallets of 10 or more Bitcoin. They continue to accumulate. They're not slowing down, as opposed to what we saw in March and April of last year, which was the buy the rumor, sell the news event on the Bitcoin ETF. Notice they started selling off, right? They were exiting the market. And then notice the timing. Sell in May, go away. This is why I keep telling you guys, this is what happens in the stock market as well. Big sell-off on May 26th. And then the summer boring zone, that chop. Many of you recall that chop. It was so boring, right? Here it is on the charts. Downward, sideways chop. Boring as hell. People saying the market's over. Same thing happening there, that you had the Japanese yen carry trade, flash crash, right? But then market cycles played out and we moved up. It's the same crap playing out, guys. The same cycle thing. So this is why you got to control your emotions. In addition, the correlation to supply on exchanges continuing to decline shows that whales are not moving a ton of coins back to the exchange to dump. They are accumulating. So they are anticipating higher prices. All right, guys, thumbs up for higher prices. Thumbs up, 5-star rating. Hit the subscribe button. And guys, check out our sponsors, Uphold, VeChain, BitGo, Proppy. Links will be in the description. Check out our free newsletter as well. Sign up, 100% free. Check out my book on Amazon and my new course, mycryptocourse.com, where you can learn everything about crypto. So guys, be patient. The macro backdrop is setting up for the continuation of the bull market. Check your emotions at the door. Let's look at the charts. Let's look at the data. Everything's pointing to bullish activity. Obviously, black swan events can happen that no one can predict, but that outlier to the side, the higher probability here is that things keep moving up. Now, you have the macro backdrop and the charts looking good. And then you have the government fully on board with crypto, guys. Here, the SEC today announced it is dropping its investigation against Robinhood. They had sent Robinhood a Wells notice. And here, Eleanor Turret of Fox Business asked if Uniswap is next. So I think Uniswap, Kraken may be next. Last week, we got news that Coinbase and OpenSea, those cases were being dropped. So really, really great, guys. Notice the complete 180 from the nonsense that Gary Gensler was doing. So this is big. And Hester Peirce, shout out to Hester Peirce and the SEC Crypto Task Force for the great job they're doing, dropping these bullshit cases. We know they were all bullshit because it's from scumbag regulator Gary Gensler. And then Hbar. Where are my Hbarians, right? I hold Hbar. I'm bullish on it. So Canary files for a spot Hbar ETF with Nasdaq. Huge news. I think Hbar is going to do great this cycle. And I'm not saying that because I hold a token, but if you look at the chart, man, and you look at the, all the stuff that's happening, that chart looks good. Hbar bounced off strong with a lot of strength off its bear market bottom, and it's not far from its all-time high. So I think once it breaks its all-time high, it will enter into price discovery. It's one of the best altcoin charts out there. I think XRP has a very strong chart in addition to Solana. So guys, we just got to be patient. It's all market cycles playing out. But I like what I'm seeing here for Hbar, guys. And big news around the ETF. And here, Eric Balchunas, ETF analyst at Bloomberg, said Canary just filed 19B-4 for their Hbar ETF. This comes on heels of them amending the S1 last week, which means the SEC gave comments, which gives Hbar and Litecoin the best odds and the pole position among this current slew of altcoin ETF filings. That's big news. So it looks like Hbar is taking a bit of the lead here. Litecoin, I think, is an easy ETF for the SEC to approve because it's just like Bitcoin. It's proof of work. And it hasn't been named in any type of lawsuits or anything like that. So an Hbar ETF, that's going to bring great attention and inflows into Hbar. And I'm a holder, so I'm excited about this news, guys. Very bullish. Now, we've been talking a lot, and even myself going back to 2017 on this podcast, talking about banks, stock exchanges, and everybody will be involved in crypto. And we are seeing that come to fruition. So $377 billion German asset manager Deka Bank launches the crypto trading and custody services for institutional clients. Of course they did. Anyone who's not participating or getting on board, they will have their blockbuster moment. Blockbuster, in the development of the internet, had the opportunity to move their business online. They had the ability to acquire Netflix, and they didn't. And of course, we know how that story ended, right? They went bankrupt. Netflix took the market share, and look at Netflix now. Same thing will happen here. If these banks and institutions do not adopt crypto and blockchain, they're writing their death sentence. It will be over for them. I forgot to mention, guys, I know there was some questions about Ripple. People were like, hey, why isn't the SEC dropping Ripple's case? I've been talking about it on the podcast over the past few days, and Ripple's case is much more complex. It wasn't simply a Wells notice. They have gone further along the process with a judge's ruling and then the SEC potentially appealing. Now, what we could see is that the SEC may say, hey, we're going to pause on our end everything with regards to the Ripple case. And maybe they wait for SEC Chair Paul Atkins to come in for the full resolution and they do some sort of settlement. Or maybe they are able to get some sort of settlement, guys, pretty soon. That will be amazing, but we'll have to wait and see. But if they do what they did with Binance and just say, hey, we're pausing everything, that would be a strong signal and indication to the markets that this thing is going to wrap up. It's just a matter of time. And I do believe it will. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I think it's around the corner, but people have to be patient to understand the case against Coinbase, Kraken, Robinhood, Uniswap is very different from what is going on with Ripple. Ripple is a much, much more complicated case. Look at this. Michael Saylor, they have acquired more Bitcoin. So he bought a whole lot of Bitcoin, man. 20,356 Bitcoin at approximately $1.99 billion at around $97,514 per Bitcoin. That is insane. Now, I kind of pull Michael with these Bitcoin whales, right? Who they keep buying because they anticipate higher prices are coming. So this is a bullish sign. However, as I've said many times, I am very concerned about Michael Saylor's use of leverage. The amount of leverage is a bit scary. And we've seen historically outside of crypto, when you have excessive leverage, it just sets you up for a lot of potential risk and failure. So, I hope everything works out here. All right, guys. I see some bearish comments in here. Some people saying sell in February, go away. It must be people shorting. BD says blah blah. Yeah, guys are getting bearish. They're losing their hats over here. They're losing their marbles. RK says, what about Kraken? Yeah, I think the Kraken update may come this week. So as you can see, the SEC staggering this a bit, right? They did Coinbase and OpenSea today, Robinhood. I think Kraken, I think Uniswap this week. We're going to hear from them. Bon Pari says, my portfolio continues to decline. Well, Bon Pari, you got to look at the macro. Is it declining based off the bear market bottom? Or is it up from the bear market bottom? My portfolio is up from the bear market bottom. Is it down in the short term? Yes. But if you're not looking at the macro, you're missing the forest for the trees, right? So please, guys, zoom out and look. Some people who are coming in, maybe they bought the top, right? So their gains are not that much. But if you bought the top, that's on you. That means you didn't do your research. You should have been buying the bloody bear market, buying the bottom. One person posted earlier that they just bought Solana as it's depreciating. Guess what? Market principles, that is a smart buy. You bought the asset as it's being depreciated and bleeding out, and you still see the upside here, right? Not financial advice, of course. And as Warren Buffett said, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy. The herd is fearful. So this potentially is a great spot to grab up a dollar cost average in. So it all depends on your perspective. How are you looking at this market? You know what I mean? Jeremy Brooks, good morning. Welcome in from California. Great to have you. Alan B says, stop worrying about what Michael Saylor is doing with leverage. Let him deal with that. Let's worry about it. Yeah, but Alan, if MicroStrategy collapses, what do you think is going to happen to the market? What do you think is going to happen to the market? That is why I am concerned, because that will be like a FTX event. It will put downward sell pressure in the market, not to mention a reputation hit for the market. Now, it doesn't mean crypto will be dead, but if this thing collapses, it's bad for all of us because the whole market's connected. Bitcoin leads the market, as I've been telling you guys. So it's so important to make sure that we are risk averse. Joe Darlington says, hi, Tony, did you hear about the meetings going on this week? Yeah, there's a hearing coming up on Wednesday, I believe, with Senator Lummis. They're going to talk about the market structure bill. I actually spoke to Cody Carbone of the Digital Chamber this morning. I'll publish that interview tomorrow. And they're going to talk about market structure. So that's very bullish, guys. Very, very bullish. Guys, be sure to check out our sponsors, Uphold, VeChain, BitGo, Propy. All the links will be in the description. Also, check out my free email newsletter on Substack, 100% free. I include a lot of the data that I break down in these episodes in the newsletter, so you can take your time and read through it. And check out my book on Amazon and my new course, mycryptocourse.com. It's a comprehensive course that covers every aspect of crypto, includes expert commentary, learn from founders, CEOs, institutional investors, and much more. Pay a one-time fee, get lifetime access. Go at your own pace. You can share the login with your friends and family if you want. So be sure to check out all those things. So guys, I can look at some charts and we can run through a few things. Let's see if there's any new updates here going on in the market, because it seems like there's some big news coming out this morning. If there's anything around Kraken and so forth. Let's see. Eleanor Turner is reporting that Michael Saylor met with the SEC task force on Friday. So a lot of folks have been going in and meeting with the task force. That's a good thing. The SEC's, working with folks. So it looks like reports are coming in. The SEC met with Michael Saylor last week to discuss establishing framework for digital assets. So that's great. Hopefully, he's not going to try to go the Bitcoin maxi route. All right. So, guys, like I said, when in doubt, zoom out, be patient. Everything's still on track. If you're moving by emotions, that's not investing. Joe Darlington says there is a closed door meeting by the SEC on Thursday as well, and XRP's on the agenda. Joe, where did you get that information from? Nicola says, "Hey Tony, I really like your analysis on the Kanye West episode. Based on current data, do you think we're closer to a bull market continuation or a bigger correction?" So Nicola, great question. I can't rule out a deeper correction, honestly. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but based on, as mentioned earlier, the seasonality and the timing, I think with the bleeding out we're seeing right now, we could be finding a bottom, as the blockchain backer highlighted as well, specifically on the XRP chart. Could we, once again, we could go lower, the probability is there, but I think honestly that we hold some supports here and then we start finding some upward movements. But you can't rule anything out. You never know, a flash crash could happen. But if we do go lower, it's a short-term thing. Like I think the market will be bought up, and then we keep going, guys. And I'm telling you, come March and April, a lot of people are gonna not even remember what took place here in January and February. Okay, so Joe, it's regards to ETF. So yeah, that's possible. I mean, to get the XRP ETF going. So here, guys, big part of investing is patience. You gotta have patience, guys. I know it's hard. I know some of you, this may be your first go around to investing, and even investing in crypto is highly volatile, obviously more volatile than the stock market, but the volatility works in your favor. It's like a pendulum. The pendulum that swings very high, very fast, also swings back low very fast. So keep that in mind when investing in crypto, and you got to keep these principles and fundamentals in the back of your mind so you're not shaking out. And we live in the age of the internet. You can go to TradingView, guys, and look at the same chart I'm looking at here. It's all the data is online, and I tried my best to share with you guys all the important data points that highlight we're still on track and what's happening here. I'm not here for games. I'm here to make money, man. Like many of you, right? I got financial goals. I got things I want to do. So I'm not here to say, oh, guys, this and that, and lie to you and tell you fairy tales. No, I'm going to tell you like it is based on the data and from my experience being here for multiple bull market cycles. And I'm seeing the macro backdrop setting up beautifully here. The charts still look good, right? No major invalidation. Whales continue to accumulate, so things are looking good. And I think, guys, the news we got last week with Coinbase, that would have had a much bigger impact on the market if the Bybit hack didn't happen. So we're still feeling the after effects of that Bybit hack. And there was also news this morning, I forgot to mention, a stablecoin neobank Infinity exploited for 49 million. Now, the numbers wise is nothing close to what happened with Bybit, but nevertheless, it's still not great. So these companies still have to improve their security layers. And it's not that the blockchain is being hacked. I want you guys to understand that the blockchain is not being hacked. It's the infrastructure around it, right? It's with the Bybit situation, that was a social engineering scam. So they got somebody compromised in-house. So we got to make sure that we're doing better here. Hey, Matt, welcome in. Good to have you. Thanks, Nicola. I appreciate that. Inspector Music says, I don't know about you, but price is holding up so good for XRP while all these events are still. Yeah, exactly. You're spot on. When I told the other person, what is your perspective? Are you looking from the bear market bottom to where we're at? Or are you looking at the weekly? Oh, a couple of weeks ago, XRP was at this price or Bitcoin was at this price. You can't do that. You got to look macro, right? If you were buying in 2022 and early 2023, guess what? Your portfolio's up, man. Depending on the coin you're holding, of course, not every altcoin has rallied, but Bitcoin's up, XRP's up clearly. Ethereum, even though it's struggling, it's still up from the bear market bottom, right? It was, guys, like $1,100, but below $1,100. Now it's around 2,000, right? It's still showing strength. So Cardano also up from the bear market bottom. Now it still needs to show more strength, but it's still up. Solana clearly up. It is bleeding, but it's up from that bear market bottom, guys. VeChain is up, still needs to show more strength, but still up right from the bear market bottom. Hbar, we were just talking about the Hbar ETF news, up significantly from that bear market bottom. So it's all about your perspective. When in doubt, zoom out. If you are caught up in the, oh, a month ago, this XRP was at this price, now it's down. Okay, that happens across all markets, stock markets, real estate, everything. So keep that in mind. Guys, here, the Bitcoin dominance, it's still holding strong. Once that starts breaking down, Bitcoin's going to rip, altcoins are going to rip, especially altcoins. So still on track, guys. Still on track. Bull market's not over. Mr. Fax is XRP worth buying. I can't tell you that, Mr. Banks, because that's like financial advice. Personally, I bought XRP in the bottom, right in the bear market. Now this pullback, and I'm not telling you to go buy, not financial advice. This pullback is a good DCA opportunity, just like with many other altcoins. Same thing with ADA, same thing with Hbar. They're all pulling back. Solana as well, right? They're all pulling back. So this is the time you want to buy, when it's bleeding, when it's dropping, because you don't buy pumps. That's an emotional thing. If you're buying pumps, that's an emotional thing. But if you're buying, when the asset is depreciating in a correction, that's a good time to buy. HODL have a long-term view, and we obviously expect the bull market to continue. So I expect higher prices to come. So there's a potential to make returns. Vatican says 4 more years of bear market. I don't know what you mean by that. Bonpari says many alts. Yeah, but they did that last year as well, Bonpari. Again, zoom out. So last year, were you guys all saying this was over? Oh, no, it went below the bear market bottom. Oh, no, right? Same thing happened last summer. And people are saying, it's done. It's dead. I told you guys. See, I feel bearish. I see the price going down. That means it must be over. No, it's about the charts and the data. Same thing last year, right? Yes, you could say, hey, look, Solana, it moved below that 200-week moving average, a 200-day moving average. Okay, but where are we in the timeline? And is the downtrend continuing, right? But notice it went below, just like it is right now, and then recovered. So context is so important, not your feelings or emotions. Main Germain says, what's your thoughts on XLM? So I have a little bit of Stellar in my portfolio, but not a lot. Let me get the right one here. I don't have a lot in my portfolio, but it's looking strong. To be quite honest, notice the big move off the bear market bottom. That's a healthy chart, guys. And it's not far from its all-time high. So Stellar Lumens XLM very much moves like XRP. And it's funny how that happens, but I think that's the market makers playing around. But It is off its bear market bottom, showing strength, and it's pulled back just like every other altcoin because we're in a corrective phase. But remember, phase 2 is coming. Phase 2 is coming. So don't get shaken out, guys. Random dude 45 says David Sachs will talk crypto again and we will pump hard. Well, here's the thing, random dude. It's not so much that he's going to talk about crypto and pump it. Is does the market cycle align with when he's going to talk? This is why I see comments all the time. Hey, there's some bullish news that came out. Why isn't the market pumping? Well, bullish news doesn't equate to the market pumping. The market doesn't simply move on bullish news. Are there times it can go crazy off of bullish news? Yes, but it has to align with the market cycles and where we're at. In this corrective consolidation zone we're in, you can get the biggest news. Bitcoin's not going to pump because it hasn't finished its correction. And you have to understand the different aspects of what's happening behind the scenes, especially with longs and shorts and the buildup of leverage. There's so many things that you have to factor in. So sometimes people just think it's like this binary thing. Good news, pump. No, it depends where we're at in the market cycle. Niccolo says, is that okay with you, Tony? Let's see. I could give back some value, so I'm planning to create a short form video from okay, yeah, that's fine. Vatican says ICP or near, which one will bring you more? Well, Vatican, that is a hard question to answer. This is why you diversify, right? I don't hold ICP or near, but I can pull up their charts and take a look. ICP's got some work to do, guys. That is not a good looking chart. I'm sorry. It's not a good looking chart. Geez Louise, a big fat L. This coin at one point was trading around, what is it, $650 or something? It is currently at $6. As always, I keep it real with you guys. That is an ugly chart. Now, that doesn't mean it can't run up a bit, right? It can't start moving and, the bull market, but it hasn't broken. It hasn't shown strength off the bear market bottom. And I don't think it's going to get back to $600. So it all depends on your entry level. If you're buying down here and it moves back up to $100 or whatever, yeah, you make some nice returns, but I wouldn't anticipate new all-time highs. That is an ugly chart, guys. Nasty chart. Let's talk about near. All right, near protocol. Let's see. Whoops. So near, it's looking good. Not bad. Looking good. Looks like it can do well. I know some big VCs are behind near, like A16Z. So I think it could do well, guys. It's showing strength off the bear market bottom. So, well, actually, that's not the bear market. This was launched in 2022. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. Seems to look good. We'll see how it does. Jed is not a good guy. You're talking about Jed McCaleb. AJ says, what's your target for ETH this bull market cycle? So ETH, once again, despite all the struggles, talk about struggles, right? A lot of struggles, but look at the bear market bottom and look at where it's at here. Still showing some signs of strength. I think conservatively, ETH could get to about 8,000. I'm hoping for 10 or 11. We'll see. There's been a lot of buying of ETH from institutional investors. We know like Trump's World Liberty Financial has been buying a lot of ETH. So let's see. I think there's still room for ETH to run. And I think a big catalyst could be the adding of staking to Ethereum ETFs, which I think is coming very soon. And that's going to drive a lot of inflows into ETH. So I still think ETH is going to run. I still think there's a strong narrative. The staking component to the ETFs is going to be big. And you have a lot of institutional investors that have been buying up. So that's what I'm thinking. Conservatively, like I said, 8K, really good bull market, 10K, that would be amazing. GRYT support says XRP Ripple case will take longer to dismiss. It has more complexity. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying earlier. It is not as simple as the Coinbase or Robinhood cases or OpenSea. It is further along. A judge's ruling, is much more complex, but I think it's going to get dismissed for sure. Satu Javu says, Tony, any chance, any interview of other projects like Render or Energy Web? So, Satu, I interviewed the folks at Energy Web years ago. Let me actually do this. I'll try to get them back on. I hold the Energy Web token, by the way. Yeah, so I interviewed Walter Koch. This was 3 years ago. So you can check that out. It's not, it's outdated a bit, but you can check that out. In addition, for Render, yeah, I would love to try to get someone on from Render. I'm a Render token holder, of course. So I'll try to get those. David R. Morla says CRO. So talking about the Chronos token, the crypto.com token. Let's see. So Chronos had shown some bounce off the bear market bottom, but not a lot of strength, right? When you compare to other charts, that doesn't mean it can't run in phase 2 of this bull market. Again, we completed phase 1, phase 2 is to come. But, when I see stuff like this, where it's still not showing strength, it makes me think it can't really hit new all-time highs. Now I could be wrong, right, guys? But based on what I'm seeing here, but look, this bull market can surprise us sometimes. Coins that are down can really rip. Just depends on what's going on, liquidity, narratives. But right now, it is super oversold. Let me move this comment out the way. If you look at the RSI, it is super oversold, guys. So you can expect a bounce soon, I think. XP Market, thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for joining. Cardano. So Cardano, I do hold some Cardano tokens. Has shown some strength bouncing off the bear market bottom, right? You guys see that here. Still has work to do. I would like to see a bit more strength, right? But it's still looking good, overall, and it's still a top 10 token. So those things bode well, and it has a strong community. So I could see Cardano start to move. But the question is, will it break its all-time high in enterprise discovery? Again, when you compare it to the XRP chart, right? That's a strong chart. When you compare it to the Solana chart, right? Coins that have already touched their all-time high. Not saying Cardano can't do it, but just keep in mind the timeline and where these coins are at right now. Milto says, what about SWI? I have some SWI tokens as well. SWI, I think, will run well. There's a huge narrative. And in addition, a lot of VCs backing SWI. So let's see. What's the best chart here? I need to add it. Let's see. Bitstamp. No. Kraken. Trying to see which one gives me the most history. Maybe Sweet Tether. Maybe that's just the chart because it was launched, just in 2023? Sweet USD. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So still looking strong. Sweet still looking strong. I think he could do well this bull market cycle, honestly. Could we see like a $8 Sweet? It's possible. But, we'll have to wait and see. This is why you diversify, guys, because we just don't know, what may happen with some of these coins. And you're going to have some losers in your portfolio, honestly. You have winners, but you want your winners to, of course, outpace your losers. So Flare, I'm a Flare token holder. I'm delegating, and I'm hoping it does really well this bull market cycle, guys. Let's see. Let's try to Coinbase. Okay. Could we see a 10-cent Flare? Possibly. 13, 12 cents, possibly. I think it's good. It's good to see it's off the bear market bottom here. Very good sign. Well, I shouldn't say bear market bottom because this is from 2024. Never mind. But based on where it ran up in 2024, it bounced off. We need to see some more upside, but I would be happy with a 12-cent Flare FLR. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up soon. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, Uphold, VeChain, BitGo, Proppy. All the links will be in the description. Also, check out our free newsletter on Substack. Check out my book on Amazon and my new course at mycryptocourse.com. Expand your crypto knowledge. So let's see. Some other people wanted to check Ondo. Ondo's doing some big things, man. I don't hold the token, but I think I mentioned on previous live streams, I need to do some more research here. And look, I also don't want to spread myself too thin, but there's a huge narrative. They're doing a lot of building, and the chart looks good. So we'll see. We'll see how high it goes. Could it go up to the $3 area? It's possible. Oh, the crypto hack. It's this stablecoin neobank Infini got exploited for $49 million. Once again, not a lot compared to Bybit, but nevertheless, not a good thing, right? So, guys, as mentioned, we got to be patient here. This market is consolidating. It will find its bottom as soon, I believe, as we head into March. And things will start moving up. And then all of you who are complaining are going to forget about this. But you can't forget about it. This is where you need to stockpile the experience and the knowledge, right? That this market moves in cycles. And Bitcoin is as the measuring stick, as the leader of the market, is still holding strong here, still consolidating. Vatican's, do you see a $50 render? Let's see. I would love a $50 render. That would be amazing. Let's see what's the best chart here. Get the most history. AI coins obviously have been performing really well this bull market. They have a strong narrative as well. So let's see. So render was launched, looks like, in 2024. So I still think it has room to run here. And yeah, I don't know about a $50 render, but if you play conservative, could we do between a 20 and 30? Sure. If we get extremely bullish, between 30 to 40, sure. But we'll see. There are no guarantees in this market, guys. But we at least use the data to make informed decisions and educated decisions and form a thesis, not our feelings, right? Looks like we got a spammer in here. Let's see how we can get rid of the spammer. Yeah, guys. So gonna wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you all. Wish you all the best of luck in this crypto bull market, that you make incredible returns. As always, check your emotions. Be patient. A big part of investing is having patience. And when in doubt, zoom out, look to the data. As I mentioned, I put a lot of the data I'm talking about here in my newsletter. So be sure to sign up for that newsletter, guys. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Sign up, go read through it, and I'll send updates, especially as this bull market starts ripping again. The big question will be, should I be taking profits? Are we in the top the top zone? No one can call the exact top, but are we in the top zone? So that's something to keep in mind, guys. All right, folks. Once again, check out our sponsors. Links in the description. And thank you guys, and I'll talk to you all later.